Welcome to Wisdom Planet, wisdom worth spreading. Happy listening. The book to be read today is The Innovator's Method. Have you ever had the idea of starting your own business? A thought pops into your head, maybe it's a new product or a new service, and you think it's cool and no one has done it before. But you assess the idea as high risk and maybe you don't know how to take the first step. So the idea slowly fades away in your mind. Why does this happen? The usual reason is that these ideas come with a great deal of uncertainty. They are risky, and no one knows if they will be effective or successful. Most individuals, especially companies, tend to dislike risks. However, what if you could eliminate most of the risks associated with an idea? What if you had a process to test and validate whether the idea is viable? Would that allow your idea to become a reality? This book tells us that we can examine great ideas with high uncertainty from the perspective of risk control. New validation tools and perspectives continue to emerge. These tools and perspectives can help entrepreneurs experiment cheaply and quickly, reducing uncertainty and risk. The book also offers a new approach to managing innovation. In short, this approach is a process that helps you discover innovation and put it into practice. That is why this book is called The Innovator's Method. This book has two authors, Nathan Furr and Jeff Dyer. Professor Furr holds a PhD from Stanford University and currently serves as a professor of innovation and entrepreneurship at Brigham Young University in Utah, where the innovation program is ranked in the top 5 in the United States. He is also a visiting professor at Stanford University, INSEAD, and HEC Paris. Professor Furr is a recognized expert in the field of innovation, entrepreneurship, and change, with a focus on research in innovation and technology strategy, particularly in managing the uncertainty of technological change and innovation for both startups and established companies. The other author, Professor Dyer, holds a PhD from the University of California, Los Angeles, and currently serves as a professor of strategy at Brigham Young University and the Wharton School. He is the author of the best-selling book The Innovator's DNA and is acclaimed as one of the most influential management scholars globally. His innovation clients include world-renowned companies such as AT&T, General Electric, HP, Intel, and Sony. Let's go back to this book, The Innovator's Method, where the author introduces the methods of innovators through 6 aspects. They are, 1. Leadership in uncertain times, 2. Creativity, valuing unexpected discoveries, 3. Problems, clarifying the tasks to be completed, 4. Solutions, minimizing excellent products, 5. Business models, validating market entry strategies, 6. After identifying problems, decisively adjusting direction. Next, let's understand each of these steps separately. 1. Leadership in an era of uncertainty. The founder of Intuit Incorporated, Scott Cook, once said, "When MBA graduates come to work for our company, we have to retrain them because they have not learned any skills that contribute to innovation." He has a point. The MBA curriculum is based on traditional management concepts, which aim to standardize work as much as possible and divide it into independent tasks. Managers are supposed to standardize the workflow and ensure that each specified task is completed as quickly and cost-effectively as possible. This management concept greatly simplifies the management of complex tasks for emerging industrial enterprises and was designed for large-scale industrial companies in the 20th century. Many established companies, such as General Electric and Ford Motor Company, use this concept for company management. However, as we enter the 21st century, this overly traditional concept reveals its flaws. For innovation, this management approach only has a counterproductive effect. It may retain existing customers well, but its impact on creating new customers is minimal. This is because with the rise of the information revolution, new technologies and new requirements emerge endlessly, and every company faces a high degree of uncertainty. In this situation, the traditional method of having specialists to solve specific problems is no longer applicable. It is important to note that the management theory of traditional business schools aims to solve problems with low uncertainty, while the management theory of innovation schools is used to solve problems with high uncertainty. For example, in a fiercely competitive market, how to create as many customers as possible is a highly uncertain problem. Due to its uncertainty, you cannot know what kind of expertise can bring the most value. At this time, the leader you need is someone with broad knowledge who can see the problem from different perspectives, generate ideas, and push new ideas to the market. As an innovator, he must possess 4 leadership abilities. First, he should be an experimenter, not a decision maker. Secondly, he should encourage his subordinates to accept challenges and pursue opportunities. Third, he must have extensive knowledge, be good at discovering new problems, generating new ideas, and quickly completing original solutions. Finally, he should be able to support his team and clear obstacles for them to move forward. 2. Creativity, cherishing unexpected discoveries. For many large companies, when they reach a certain scale and have been steadily developing for a period of time, the vitality and innovation of the company begin to decrease. Although the company still has a fixed base of old customers to ensure a certain level of profit, in such fierce market competition, without new ideas and creativity, the company can only face a dead end in the long run. In order to save the company, leaders must seek new ideas and continuously create new customers. But how to generate new ideas? Sitting in the office from 9 to 5 every day pondering? Obviously not. Only innovation that can solve practical problems is valuable, and this requires 4 key behaviors. First, you need to ask questions. People generate ideas through questioning. You can ask yourself, why can't things be like this? Why does it have to be like that? The purpose of questioning is to constantly challenge the status quo, disrupt the situation, and imagine a different possibility by asking, what if this works? Asking questions allows us to discover new connections, generate new ideas, open up new perspectives, and increase momentum. Second, you need to observe. Just like anthropologists, leaders also need to observe their surroundings to get new ideas. You need to step out of your comfort zone and closely observe the world around you, whether it is your customers, products, services, or processes. By doing so, you can gain inspiration and find unique ways of doing things. Thirdly, you need to be social. Through research and investigation, we have found that successful innovators excel in socializing and engaging with different individuals. By engaging in extensive social interactions, one can gain inspiration and develop new approaches to solve perplexing problems. It is important to regularly engage in conversations with people who have different appearances, behaviors, and personalities. It is crucial to understand that interacting with a diverse range of individuals is not only about expanding resources and networks, but also about seeking inspiration. Fourth, you need to experiment. Wherever you go, true innovators never let go of their curiosity. Constantly trying and experiencing new things helps broaden your thinking, absorb different knowledge, and increases the possibility of discovering new ideas through experimentation. We also find that people who are good at experimenting are more likely to have sudden insights, as if new thoughts appear out of nowhere in their minds. 3. Clarify the work that needs to be done. Creativity has uncertainty. Although some ideas are very interesting, not all ideas are suitable to become reality. You need to filter the ideas and find the one that truly matters. Remember, do not start building anything until you find a problem worth solving. In a competitive environment, we should focus our limited energy and resources on the most significant problems. So, what are the most significant problems? They are the life and death issues that need to be solved immediately, or else. Finding such problems requires understanding the essence of the work. Only then can you generate different insights for the problem or solution. The famous marketing professor Theodore Levitt once observed, "People don't want to buy a quarter-inch drill, they want a quarter-inch hole." We need to see through the surface of the problem and grasp its essence. For example, customers may buy an iron and ironing board to smooth out wrinkles on their clothes, but what they really want is wrinkle-free clothing. Instead of thinking about how to improve the iron or ironing board, you will find it more effective to invent a wrinkle-removing spray for clothes. In short, we need to deeply understand the problem at hand, clarify the task at hand, and constantly ask ourselves, what is the result the customer wants? Taking a step back to think is a useful approach that can broaden our perspective, inspire creativity, and lay the foundation for solving practical problems and developing solutions. Once you have identified the most important problem and made it the focus of research and development, we can move on to the next step, which is finding solutions and creating a minimally excellent product. 4. Solution: minimize outstanding products. With creativity, the most pressing problems are identified, and naturally, we begin to search for solutions. In the process of finding solutions, the principle of drawing on the strengths of many is fundamental. Drawing on the strengths of many can bring more options and combinations, thus leading to novel solutions. For example, most people attribute the development of modern production lines to Henry Ford, believing that he fundamentally changed the automotive industry and the way of life for Americans. In reality, Ford completed the automotive assembly line model by extensively seeking and borrowing production methods from other industries. For instance, his concept of interchangeable parts came from the production of sewing machines, firearms, and watches. The concept of continuous flow production came from processing flour, canned food, and cigarette production, and the concept of assembly line technology came from the meat processing and brewing industries. It was through extensive borrowing that Ford Motor Company was able to develop modern automotive production lines. Minimizing outstanding products means providing customers with irresistible and beloved outstanding products in the least amount of time and cost. Its goal is to provide a solution that should be distinctive in the most important dimensions, to the extent that it can evoke positive emotions in customers. As Scott Cook explains, in the important dimensions, you don't want to be just feasible, you want your product to maintain precise focus from start to finish, while achieving excellence. In other words, you want to find the smallest possible set of features, and then you want the solution to excel in these dimensions. So, what is excellence? When a product can evoke positive emotions, create great satisfaction, calm anxiety, or boost confidence, customers describe it as an excellent product. When striving for excellence in our products, we aim for it to do something unexpected for the customer, even something they thought was impossible, to surprise them and make them exclaim, "That's amazing." Just like when Apple launched the first iPod, and customers exclaimed, "Wow. I can take my music library wherever I go, it's simply unbelievable." After the birth of an excellent product, what should we do next? That's right, we need to validate the market. 5. Business model: validate market entry strategy. Even if the problem is clearly identified and a solution is proposed, the team's task is not complete until a business model is designed to successfully apply the solution to the market. A business model refers to how a company provides valuable products to customers and gains benefits from customers for the company. Let's take an example to illustrate this issue. Godrej Appliances is a company that sells consumer goods in India and has a history of 115 years, specializing in household appliances. The competition in the Indian market is becoming increasingly fierce, and the company's performance is starting to decline, so the management actively seeks ways to address this. At this point, they discovered a problem worth solving. They found that 80% of Indian households lack refrigeration equipment. Therefore, Godrej Appliances immediately began developing a solution. They designed a revolutionary small refrigerator that opens from the top, which minimizes cooling loss when the refrigerator is open. Since India experiences intermittent power outages, this refrigerator also comes with a set of batteries to ensure cooling even when there is no electricity. Alright, this is a very outstanding product, so how should we market it? Initially, Godrej Company thought it was simple, just like usual, to launch the product using a massive advertising campaign. However, when team members talked to customers, they realized that the main target group for this product was rural women with low incomes, who were wary of high-profile advertising. Godrej Company then began to look for new marketing strategies. After extensive research, they found that rural post offices were likely the best sales channel for this small refrigerator. Every area has a post office, and mail carriers are crucial in rural areas. Rural residents see mail carriers as close friends and even invite them to have tea at their homes. So, Goldrake Company used the post office to build a new distribution chain and included mail carriers in the sales channel. In the end, this decision proved to be extremely correct, as the small refrigerator quickly became profitable. Goldrake Company not only successfully captured the market but also improved the quality of life for local villagers. The example of the Goldrake Company tells us that the business model is not fixed, and each product should have a corresponding business model to ensure its effective entry into the market. After entering the market, it can be profitable, but for innovators, new products bring business opportunities as well as a constant stream of new problems. So next, let's talk about the matter of decisively adjusting direction after discovering problems. 6. After discovering the problem, adjust the direction decisively. Innovation brings a lot of uncertainty. Faced with uncertainty, no one can foresee the future, all ideas are just guesses, and only the market is the sole criterion for verifying whether the guesses are correct. Unfortunately, most companies and managers try their best to avoid making mistakes. Leaders consider making mistakes as a sign of insufficient innovation ability, so they do not encourage innovation, or they never try just because the ideas sound too crazy. In fact, recent research has confirmed that many managers' fear of making mistakes leads to established companies often delaying innovation and missing opportunities, ultimately missing out on good opportunities. Our research on successful innovators shows that when faced with uncertainty, you should be prepared to make mistakes. Making mistakes is a basic part of successful innovation and is completely acceptable. The only failure is not the failure itself, but the failure to understand your mistakes in time. Many successful companies did not initially find their direction, but instead found the best products through repeated adjustments. Microsoft's original intention was to sell a program compiler, not an operating system. Symantec initially developed artificial intelligence products, not antivirus software. Listerine achieved great success in the mouthwash field, but previously mainly sold hospital disinfectants, floor cleaners, and shampoo, and Mattel was selling wallpaper cleaner before becoming a well-known toy company. Making mistakes is not scary, and to some extent, it is unavoidable. As long as you make timely adjustments and critical turns after making mistakes, you should not fear making mistakes. Instead, you should realize that making critical turns when examining different factors in problem-solving, solutions, and business models is part of exploration and experimentation, and this part is likely to be the most valuable part of your company's growth. This is the content of the Innovator's method. Let's summarize it again. In this uncertain era, both leadership and management thinking are facing unprecedented challenges. Innovation is the key to the survival and growth of companies. However, most new business ideas face demand uncertainty and technology uncertainty. The human instinct to seek gain and avoid loss, as well as business inertia, means that most ideas ultimately remain just ideas and are not put into practice. Based on this, the authors of this book have developed a set of new management principles to creatively address highly uncertain problems, enabling businesses and individuals to turn ideas into reality. This set of new management principles is the Innovator's method. The author elaborates on this management principle through 6 aspects, which are 1. Leadership in uncertain times, 2. Generating creativity, 3. Screening problems, 4. Finding solutions, 5. Experimenting with business models, 6. Decisively adjusting direction. Have you ever had concerns like I don't know if this idea is effective or I don't know what to do next? Then you can fully utilize the steps provided in this book to examine and validate new ideas about products or services, and find the best business model that fits them. Congratulations on finishing another book. Thank you for your support. Please subscribe to our Wisdom Planet audiobook channel. Like and share it with family and friends. Wisdom worth spreading and opening up a better future. Thank you, and see you again.